Han River has served as a major waterway throughout Korean history and is one of the most scenic spots in the capital. 30 bridges span across the river, connecting the north and south sides of Seoul, making this an iconic location with parks and pedestrian paths that everyone can enjoy. I often find myself escaping to the banks of the river for some relaxation away from the noise and traffic of the city. So one of the nice things about riding the subway on the weekends is it's not that busy, but if you come here on the weekdays and it's a rush hour, everybody's trying to get to work, good luck trying to find a seat. All right, this is my stop. It's actually a really nice morning here. It's a little cloudy, but the skies are still really beautiful. And I'm heading over to see one of my favorite cafes in the entire city. Just gotta climb up a few stairs to get here. But it's not that far. And really the reason this is such a great place is actually for the views. So it is just a little windy out here today, but as you can see, you get this incredible view, and the cafe is right there, and from the top they have an observation deck that you can sit on and drink your coffee. So now that I've got that view from the top of the cafe, I'm actually going to take these stairs down where I can walk right up to the river. Get really close. So this whole area under this bridge is a great spot because a lot of bikers and walkers along the trails here actually can come over and work out because they've got all these free exercising machines here. So there's a lot of people down here today. And I'm literally just going to walk right up to the water, maybe even stick my hands in it. Maybe not though, it might be really polluted. Wow. And if you look down, you can actually see Yoido, which is another spot I'm going to go to today that has a really nice park by the Hangang here. And then we're going to go over that way and go over to probably the most famous park here along the river, and that is Banpo and their rainbow bridge that gets lit up at night. I've actually never seen it at night, so I'm excited to do that for the first time. So as I'm sitting here enjoying this view of the river, you can actually hear the train above going overhead because this bridge here is for traffic and for the metro. The Han River is just such a part of the culture here in Seoul that they actually made a movie, I think it was in 2006, called The Host, and it's about a monster that comes out of the river and starts terrifying the population and killing all these people. It's actually really good if you like the horror genre or science fiction. But it does always make me think when I come down here, oh, maybe I shouldn't put my hands in the water. You know what? I don't think I've ever used the equipment here in all the years I came over to rest. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a surprisingly good workout for being such a simple kind of piece of machinery. And they've got different things you can do for different parts of your body. It's actually, you know, such a great way to stay fit, and it's so amazing that it's here for everybody in the public to use. Okay, after having some fun with that workout equipment over there, I am going to start walking over toward another part of the river and another park. Truthfully, I feel like this is one of the best reasons to come over here, is that you can walk along the river and get lots of exercise and activity in, and you're still in the city. I mean, and it's all flat. And you can also rent a bicycle because they have a very well-maintained bicycle trail here. So you actually see people walking, riding their bikes, jogging. So now I'm just in another park here next to the river in a district called Yoido. And this is famous here because it's like the financial business hub of the city and of the country. It's also where the National Assembly building is, so lots of government officials here too. And it's kind of its own little island. It doesn't technically connect to the south bank of the river. But this is another one of those parks that's fantastic. And as you can see right now, I'm basically just in a big kind of concrete square here that leads right up to the water. But there is a lot of grass around as well. And so many people here today. The sun came out, so it's much brighter now. Somebody on a bike right there. Actually, the sun sets in that direction down there to the west. But we're not going to stay here for that because we're going to eventually go back up that way to the east side to another really amazing park later because they have a light show. So right up that way behind me, there's a big, tall gold building, and that is super famous here. That's actually called the 63 building. How many floors do you think it has? And it's famous because it used to be the tallest building in Korea and one of the tallest in Asia. Since then, though, there's actually quite a few that are taller. Even here in Seoul, there's, I think, one or two buildings that are technically taller now. So, but people still recognize it, again, because of its gold color and the fact that it had history behind it. You can actually go over there, too, and go up it. I've done it once, plus I went to a wedding there one time that a friend of mine was getting married, and they had the ceremony right there with the reception. It was really nice. Probably paid a small fortune, though, to have the wedding there. Now, with this bright sun, I'm noticing all the smart people are hanging out underneath the shade up here, so that's what I'm going to do. Usually I'm an idiot, though, but today I'm going to try not to be one. There we go. Oh, God, that is like 30 or 40 degrees cooler now. It is hot out there. Yeah, all these smart people. Actually, it's nice that they have these stairs all over the place underneath the bridge so you can sit down in the shade. Oh wow, this is something different. I don't remember this. Run and roll. And this is like AstroTurf on the ground. I mean, it's really soft and rubbery. I think this is a skate park. Well, I mean, it's got a track on it. But over there, they have a bunch of hills built in, which definitely looks like it's for skateboards. Yeah, this is actually really cool. I've never seen this before. You know, I never really thought of Seoul as a skateboard friendly kind of place. But, you know, things change. Wow, that is cool. Let's go right up into there. Ah! That's pretty cool. I like this park. And they have, you know, benches where you can sit as well. So if you're just here as a spectator. There's actually some other stuff still down this way, and I might just walk a little bit further. But again, not really good to be out in that direct sunlight for too long. Now I'm just gonna try to stay in as much shade as I can for as long as I can. There's a few trees here. I mean, not too much, but enough to get me over to the next thing, I guess. I totally forgot about this water feature here. So you can see this water next to me that's flowing down. It's actually really nice. Some of the kids are getting in it. But it leads up to like another pool up here that's a bit bigger. Okay, here's another open area, but this one actually has the water instead of just pure concrete. See over here, there's more water. Oh, and right over there, there's actually a statue of a mermaid. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. All right, so this will probably be the last thing I see here. It's just too bright to be out here today. Although hopefully when I go to the other side of the river, it should be starting to get dark, because that's really what we're going there for, is the nighttime show they have. But this is also like a theater pavilion kind of thing with a stage, so they can do a show over here next to the water. And if we kept going further, we would eventually see the Parliament, the government building. But I'm gonna turn around. It's just a little bit too hot out here for me. Well, a little bit too bright, too much sun. Don't want to get cancer. All right, so I have one more place along the Hangang, the Han River, I want to show you today. And this is probably the most popular spot. I mean, there are people over here camping, they bring their whole families, they're doing picnics. And there's just some really cool stuff over here. It's a very well-known spot, lots of people come. It's really a festive atmosphere. I mean, I'm seeing people flying kites. And one of the big draws for this area is actually the fact that they have two artificial floating islands on the river behind me, and they're basically just filled with shops and restaurants and things for fun. And they light up at night, which is pretty nice. They also have these great stairs and steps that come down where everybody can sit and kind of enjoy the view. And here are the floating islands I was talking about. Maybe we can go over there later. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this whole area is kind of referred to as Banpo, and that's the bridge right up there. It's actually been featured in a lot of K-dramas as well. So, and it lights up at night, and they have one of the coolest things to see after dark, and that is a water feature that comes out of the top, and it has these lights that are multicolored, so it looks like a rainbow. So some people call it the Rainbow Bridge too. But this is something that you should definitely come and do while you're here. It's going to be crowded though. People love to just gather and check this out. So be prepared for that. All right, I'm getting closer to this bridge. I'm actually have to cross it to go to the other side to see that water show or that light show that's going to happen. And I think it starts fairly soon, and they do it a few times every night. So you have plenty of opportunities to check out if you come over here. All right. So I'm now on the other side, and you can probably see a ton of people over here by the water already gathered. So there's a massive square over here too. And I've actually been to a festival where they have tons of food trucks out here. They're all kind of under these yellow canvases, and it's really a lot of fun. It doesn't happen all the time, but during certain parts of the year they do that. And I'm sure they do other festivals around here because the whole area kind of lends itself to having all this open space where people can gather. This feels really nice to sit down for a little bit. I'm finally here. The water is actually going to come over the top of the bridge over there, and it's going to light up and fall down back into the river. But there's a ton of people here, and it's great. They've all got like little mats with snacks and food, like a big picnic kind of. And further over in the park, over that way, there's actually people set up with tents, like maybe even overnight camping. I don't know if they can actually do that, but they're definitely kind of setting up for a bit with the tents, I guess. Just watching some birds go overhead. Cool breeze out here, feels really good after a long day of walking. I think these floating islands are actually kind of a perfect spot for a date because they have cafes and even little boats you can take out onto the water. I didn't realize that, but actually that building behind me is changing colors. So the light show over there with the water coming out of the bridge, it's actually spraying so far. I can feel it here, although it's probably the wind blowing the water. Wow, it's really intense how many people are gathered here for this. Just huge crowds, all taking pictures and videos, just like me. It is so windy out here tonight, but thanks for joining me today as I walked along the Han River, which is just such a cool place, especially with all the parks and the great bridges that go across it. I mean, this is the perfect spot to relax if you're in the city. Anyway, stay safe, healthy, and happy. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Well, I just walked all the way across the river there on the Banpo Bridge. Really wasn't that bad. It's only about a 10-minute walk. And now I can see the light show from this side of the river, the north side. I have to say though, the south side is definitely better for viewing that. Thanks for joining me today. Life's a journey meant to be shared. Remember to always travel with an open heart and an open mind. Enjoy the ride and keep your eyes on the horizon for the next adventure. I'll see you out there.